All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakbadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly, and Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believer, Shalom unto you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. What time are we in? That's what you got to ask yourself. Now, the two videos that I'm going to show you is Bible prophecy. So I want to start off with this. So it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Now, when you jump to verse 8, it said, a time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. Which one you think we're in, looking at the climate of the world? Now, the only ones who can recognize the time that we are in is us, the ones who the Lord have mercy upon. But let's listen up.
You've got to be kidding me. Every single Republican senator just voted to merge the United States military with Israel's military. This is a complete betrayal of our country. This is the vote. Watch.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 46. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn, not having voted in the affirmative, the motion is not agreed to. The majority leader.
Mr. President, our motion to reconsider.
They were trying to use a back door, trying to slide this this merge, into the National Defense Authorization Act. Under Section 224 of this defense bill, this provision would merge critical military supply chains. We would be sharing intelligence with them. We'd be developing technology with them. Under no circumstance is this putting America first.
Well, America never been first. America is just a hammer of Israel. Israel is the pimp. America is the whore. Even in the Revelation, they call her the whore. Okay? So, yeah. London is the financial. You got America. That's the military. And then you got Vatican, the false prophet. All right? But that's not what this video was about. But, yeah. So, it's nothing but Bible prophecy. Got another video to show, but I want to get some of these scriptures out just to let you know what time we are in. And to be honest, Israel already draw America in to World War III. It said, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, and I will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, which is the Red Sea, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, which is the Persian Gulf. His stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things. Yeah, like going totally against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I'm talking about to the point where they created a space force because they know that the scriptures is real. They know that the Lord is going to return, and the Lord have put it in their heart to even try to fight against them. And then that's where you got Revelation 12, verse 7 through 9, war in heaven with Michael, his angels, the dragon and his angels. But it said that heaven, behold him no more, which means he was totally destroyed. Then when you go to 2 Ezra 13, 5 through 11, talks about he was scared, but he durst fight. All right. So, and then the Lord made easy work of it. So, yeah. And it said, therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he have taken against Edom and in his purposes that he have proposed against the inhabitants of Teman, which is the wives of Esau, which is the Germans. It says, surely the least of the flock should draw them out. The least of the flock. You should know what least means. It means the little. All right. It means the least. All right. So the so-called people who call themselves us, the JEWS, at all, when they put all the populations together, you can Google this yourself, they represent 0.2% of the population. So when you go to Google, they say it's about 15.7 through 16.5, which is what, 800,000 in between 15.7 and 16.5. So how you don't know which one is it? So we're just gonna say we're just gonna put a 16 million Jews out of, as they say, 8 billion people on the earth. So yeah, that's the least, okay? But you want to know what's so funny about that? The Lord said that his people should be as the sand of the sea, but they only represent 0.2% of the population. Right there, that just tells you that they are not the people. Okay? Something real simple that you cannot refute. That's why I love the scriptures. All right? Just that alone lets you know that they are not the people.
The proposal to have a merging of some sort between our Pentagon and your military?
Yeah, I'm calling it from aid to partnerships. We co-invest.
From aid to partnership. No, they've been trying to rule. Matter of fact, even came out of BB's mouth that, yeah, we're trying to do away with the aid that America gives Israel. But now he's saying the aid in military. When you do the math, Israel received $250 billion a month. So they are the biggest welfare cases in the earth, while they trying to put us as the face of the welfare people. All right? Because they get $3 trillion a year. So when you do 250 billion times 12, that equals to 3 trillion. All right? So that's a lot of damn money, and they come out of your money, the taxpayer.
Equal measures in the new technologies that are needed to give our military and your military the advantage. Working in American intelligence, what Israel was giving the United States was worth, he said, 5 CIAs. I'm not trying to be mathematically exact, but Israel's contributions to America's defense are important. Our technology is incredible. And since yours is incredible too, and you're the great being of liberty and free markets, I think the meshing of our two great countries of talent.
And that's another thing too. They all over the damn place. First, remember Trump cussed out BB. All right, they was beefing for a while. You know, America is beefing with their biggest ally, which is the European Union, to this day. All right, so they all over the place. Israel and America is literally on an island by themselves. They are one. When the scripture says, behold, I have made you small among the heathen, thy art greatly despised, Obadiah 1 and 2. Yeah, it's talking about Israel and America together, because they are together. That's why the least of the flock should draw them out. And they already been drawn out. So talk about the two countries, the two countries of our talent. You ain't the hammer of the whole earth anymore, as it said that you should be cut asunder. Jeremiah 50:23 verse 25. All right. So you are on the downfall of your kingdom and your power. That's why in Joel 3 and 10 it said, let the weak sound strong. So the weak was when they was considered weak. Now the nations got the equalizer too. They got missiles. So while you trying to stop Iran from getting a missile, prophecy said they gonna shoot fire on you.
Would strengthen America's position, competitive position, both in the economic marketplace and in the military battlefield in many important ways. So that's the idea.
So, and since, like I said, since I started off with the scripture that what time are we in? This is the time that we are in, which, remember, they said in December. So I made a video like some months ago about how they talk about how they're going to bring the draft, and then they basically saying from, I think it's from 18 to 41, if I'm not mistaken, or 18 to 42, that you just have to automatically sign into the draft. So this is where this come in. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husband. This is where Isaiah 4:1 come to play. 7 women shall take hold of one man. And guess what that man is going to be? A man of the Lord. And it says, having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Because guess what? At this time, it's going to be World War III. It's going to be Jacob's trouble. All right. It's going to be uncertainty in the economy. It's going to be famine. Yeah, it's just going to be, that's why the Lord said he's going to have to shorten the days. So I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm just going to end it on this. So this is what the Lord proposed. This is talking about you, because remember, the Neo-Assyrians and Babylonians are the same. All right. The ancient Babylonians are Cushites, going back to Nimrod. But the Assyrians and Babylonians are the same, just like the Greeks and the Romans are the same, even though it was 2 different kingdoms, but it was the same people. That's why when it comes to, when you see Assyria and Babylon, they usually are together, because they are the same people. So it says, Yahweh of hosts have sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so it shall come to pass. As I have proposed, so shall it stand, that I will break the Assyrian in my land. All right. The small hats. But it's not just going to be them. It's going to be Americans too. Because remember, they're joining military forces. And obviously, all through prophecy, it talks about how, matter of fact, I mentioned 2 Ezra 13, right? It said that the remnant of the people is going to fight against the Lord. That's all the nations that's going to be fighting at that time. It's going to be World War III, not Israel, America versus Iran. It's going to be Israel, America, Ishmael, which is the Arabs, and Iran, which is the East Indians, Russians, other Edomites, the European Union. Is World War III, baby. Okay. So it said that I will break the Assyrian in my land, and upon my mountains tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them. To talk about us, because after this, Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. This is the kingdom of heaven. And his burdens depart from off their shoulders, the Israelites. This is the purpose that is proposed upon the whole earth. And this is the hand that is stretched out upon all nations. Yeah, this is the hand that is stretched out upon all nations. But now the weak is saying, I'm strong. Now they saying, bring it on. Bring it on. We got something for that ass. Because when you go to Jeremiah 50:9, talks about the Lord have a symbol of great nations, starting with the north country, which is Russia, which is north of Israel. All right. You can really say northeast of Israel. Okay. And guess what? Ezekiel 38:4-8 talk about being a guard unto Persia, Libya, Ethiopia, which is Ishmael and Hamite nations, because Ishmael have took over Ham's land. All right. Northern Africa is pretty much Ishmael. All right. You still got, they even in Ethiopia too, but you can, it's still a lot of Cushites there. So yeah, so Ham going to be involved is World War III. So this is the purpose that is proposed upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all nations. For Yahweh of hosts have proposed, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, who shall turn it back? So this, showing you that prophecy is aligning like always, as it say in Habakkuk 2:3, at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it shall surely come. So we almost out of here, man. And then, like the prophet's been telling you, the mark of the beast got to come first. You already know that the infrastructure already set up. They waiting for that false flag, the right crisis to bring it forth. Say, hey, man, seek ye out the Lord while he may be found, and shalom.